And this was built after the Great Five London by Sir Christopher Wren. Now, Sir Christopher Wren himself spoke about a particular type of architecture called Gothic architecture. And he said that Gothic architecture we don't owe to the French or the Italians. They were destroyers and not builders, but we owe this to the Saracens and the Arabs, meaning the Muslims. So when you look at church towers, for example, you know, where's the true inspiration from in terms of their architecture? It's from the Muslims, Muslim architecture. And you can see that for those of you been to Seville in Spain, you had the Seville Cathedral, and on there it was once, now a church tower, it was once a minaret. And if you look at how they're developed, it's identical to what we see here in the City of London as well in terms of church towers. Okay, let's gather around here. We just gather around here first. Where do you think the cannon was captured or stolen? Which country did it come from? Some clues here. What's this?
Egypt.
Egypt. It's a sphinx. Alligator. Yes. So the carriage is not from the Ottomans or from Egypt, but the cannon itself was captured by the British and it was brought here. If you notice carefully, there's some Arabic writing here as well. 1, 2. The most clearest one is over here at the top. Now it says here, Turkish gun made by Murad, son of Abdullah ibn Abdullah, chief gunner in 1524. Taken in Egypt by the British Army, taken, not stolen, by the British Army in 1801. The gun is inscribed. You can come on. There's more space here, plenty. It says the Solomon of the age of the great Sultan commanders. It refers to Sultan Suleiman. The dragon guns to be made when they breathe roaring like thunder. May the enemy's force be razed to the ground. And what's unique here is the last line, year of the Hijri, 931. There's 32. But you know what? They're not numbered. 1, 2. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. They're a bit embarrassed in this one. Big Ben on the left hand side, covered up at the moment, it's feeling a bit shy. There's actually getting work done to it, that's why it's covered up. Right, this is the first Pakistani embassy coming up on the left hand side. It has a brown plaque. Here it is on the left hand side, just here. You see? Ali Muhammad Abbas. He in fact came from Bengal, and somebody said, I didn't care about being Bengali, I'm an Indian, he said, in origin. 1922 to 1979, and he was considered to be one of the founders of Pakistan. He lived here in the basement flat, 1945 to 1979. So this is the site of the first Pakistani embassy, or the first unofficial Pakistani embassy, as I would say as well. Now, the last house of AbdulMaalik Tailor is where you can see the first blue plaque over here. The plaque is not in reference to AbdulMaalik Tailor. You can see the street sign there, roadwork sign. If you look, there's no door there, but that was the doorway to AbdulMaalik Tailor's last house, and he died here 1933. But Nur Inayat Khan used to live where the second blue plaque is, just further up on the same side. So the blue plaque's on the right hand side. And Nur Inayat Khan was the descendant of Tipu Sultan. That's why she got the name Spy Princess. She was a radio operator who was parachuted into Paris, and she was captured by the German Nazis, and she wasn't prepared to give up the names of the British agents in France, so she was actually taken to Germany. Well, did you know London's first curry shop, I'd say Indian restaurant, was on the road that's coming up, and that was in the year 1810, and it was established before the first registered fish and chip shop. So there's curry before fish and chips. And that was opened by somebody called Sheikh Dean Mohammed. We will get a glimpse of the place as well. And there's in fact a plaque there now in the building. On the right hand side you can see Tesco's, yes? Then you see the door number 100. Then you can see 102, the door number, yep. Just on the inside of that is a gentleman with a white cap. On the wall there you can see a green plaque. So that's to commemorate where Britain's first curry shop was. And we're just literally around the corner of the site of London's first mosque. Opened up by somebody called Haji Muhammad Doli. Haji Muhammad Doli was actually, in fact, he was from Cape Town in South Africa. And he came to Britain in 1893. First went to Liverpool, where he put his children in educational school that Abdullah Quilliam had. And he was friends with Abdullah Quilliam. But then he comes to London, and he was living in Kensal Rise in North London. But then he moved to this road that's coming up on the right hand side called Albert Street. See the red door? That's number 97. That's where you had London's first mosque. In the front room, which is at the moment, it's got the blinds there. It's the right one. See, we can't see through the window. But that was the site of London's first mosque. Number 97. He was only about 14 when he was martyred. He was killed because he was summoned to Rome, and he was asked by the Roman Empire to sacrifice to other than God, other than Allah. And because he was a practicing person in his faith, he said, no, I will not sacrifice to other than God. And that's when he was killed. And if you look at the portraits, the statues of Pancras, you realize that he's actually pointing with his forefinger up to the sky. And what do we do with our forefinger? We use it in our prayer, in Salah, the Tashahhud. And sometimes when we say the Shahada, we raise our finger as well. So that's quite a nice story to remember, that Pancras in itself, the original person who it's named after, we identify to be Muslim. So I mentioned over there that there's not a masjid in the city of London. You would hope there would be one that's purpose built. What you are looking in front of you is a Turkish Bath. This building has never been a masjid. But look at the architecture. What does it look like? Automatically you say a masjid. It opened up in the 1890s. The Turkish Baths goes down 2 floors. This aisle is a part of the Turkish bath underneath. There's a staircase here. Original tile work over here. Goes down 2 floors. Right at the bottom you have the toilets. And this is the floor where it took place, the Turkish bath. Not at the top. It goes all the way up to where number 55 is. Right underneath. After the Turkish baths survived up until the 1950s, it did become a Turkish restaurant as well. For those of you who remember, who are into crime thriller, like for example the Craze twins, this was their famous favourite Turkish place. But now there's a hidden feature as well. If you come round here to the front, this side is shorter than this side. So it tells you it's at an angle. And if you stand here, get your compasses out, it'd be on point. Yeah, stand here. It'll be southeast. Can you see the precision how they made this building? That particular part as well. That angle all pairs up.
Facing the Qibla.
Facing the Qibla.